This audio works subtly, reorganizing your mind and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with financial prosperity. Each time you listen, your subconscious absorbs the messages, strengthening your clarity, discipline, and capacity for growth. You will start making decisions in alignment with your best interests, naturally becoming someone who generates and sustains wealth. Whenever you need full focus, you will awaken with clarity and control, ready to act with confidence. Important: do not listen while driving, operating machinery, performing tasks that require precision, working in hazardous environments, or supervising children. In any situation that demands constant attention. The more you listen, the more deeply these messages will integrate into your subconscious mind.
Welcome. You have made an important decision by being here right now. A decision that separates entrepreneurs who only dream from entrepreneurs who actually build. You have chosen to invest in the most powerful asset in the business world. Not a tool, not software, not a marketing strategy. You chose to invest in your mind. And this choice alone says a lot about who you are and the scale of what you are building. So before anything else, acknowledge this. Recognize that being here, in this moment, willing to work on your inner self to transform your outer world is an act of courage, intelligence, and genuine commitment to your success. Many talk about growing. Few do what it truly takes to grow, and you are doing it. Now, leave everything that happened today outside. The meetings, the pending decisions, the goals, the numbers, the challenges, all of that exists and will continue to exist. But now is not their time. Now is your time. The time to recharge, reprogram, and align your most powerful mind, your subconscious, with the success your business deserves and that you deserve.
Find a comfortable position. If you are lying down, let your arms rest at your sides with your palms facing up in a receiving position. If you are sitting, place your feet on the floor and rest your hands lightly on your thighs. Close your eyes gently. Don't force it. Just allow your eyelids to fall naturally, like a curtain closing at the end of a well-lived day. And now, breathe. Inhale slowly through your nose, counting mentally to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the air for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel how this simple act of mindful breathing already begins to change the state of your body and mind. The pressure decreases, the pace slows, the internal noise begins to quiet. Do this once more. Inhale through your nose, hold, and exhale through your mouth, slowly, completely. Very good. Your nervous system is already responding. Your body is entering a state of deep receptivity, and your mind is beginning to open doors that normally remain closed during a busy day in the life of an entrepreneur.
Now, let's relax your body progressively and completely. Starting from the top of your head and flowing gently down to your feet, like a warm, calm wave passing through every part of your being, dissolving tension, releasing weight, and preparing every muscle, nerve, and cell to receive what is coming. Feel the top of your head relax. Your forehead softens. Your eyebrows loosen. Your eyes feel heavy, very heavy, comfortably heavy. Your jaw releases. Your lips part slightly. Your tongue rests at the bottom of your mouth. Your neck relaxes. Your shoulders drop. Let all the weight you've carried today, the responsibilities, decisions, expectations, flow away now, like water running down a mountain, naturally, effortlessly, without resistance. Your chest opens. Your lungs expand more freely with each breath. Your heart beats calmly and in perfect rhythm. Your abdomen relaxes. Your back sinks into the surface where you rest. Your arms feel heavy and loose. Your hands are open and receptive. Your thighs relax. Your knees loosen. Your calves release all tension. Your feet completely relax from heels to toes. You are completely relaxed now, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. A deep, comfortable, and safe relaxation. And in this state, your conscious mind, the one that analyzes, questions, and filters everything, is beginning to rest. Your subconscious mind, the most powerful part, the one that truly governs your behaviors, automatic decisions, and action patterns, begins to emerge, open, receptive, ready to receive new instructions. And the instructions it will receive now are the most powerful an entrepreneur can give to themselves. These are not orders from an external boss. They are commands from you to you, aligning who you are with who you are becoming, aligning your internal state with the external success you are building. Breathe deeply once more, and as you exhale, repeat internally with conviction and calm, I am ready to receive the success my business deserves.
Feel this affirmation echo within you, not just in your mind, in your chest, in your core, in every cell of your being. You are ready. Your business is ready. And the transformation that begins now, in this state of deep receptivity, will manifest in your decisions, your actions, your results, and the growth of your business in the days, weeks, and months to come. The journey begins now, and you are exactly where you need to be.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your breathing is calm, your body is loose and comfortable. Your mind is open and receptive, as it has never been during the busy day of an active entrepreneur. And now, in this space of silence and total receptivity, we are going to do something very few entrepreneurs do, something that separates those who build empires from those who only build routines. We are going to work on your identity. Because there is a fundamental truth that the greatest students of the human mind, the most successful entrepreneurs, and the most impactful leaders in history understood and applied. A truth that modern neuroscience has confirmed, and that the psychology of success has been repeating in different words for centuries. This truth is simple yet revolutionary. Personality creates reality. It is not the market that determines your success. It is who you believe yourself to be within the market. It is not your competition that limits your growth.
It is the beliefs you hold about your own potential. It is not external circumstances that build or destroy a business. It is the entrepreneur's internal identity that governs it.
Two entrepreneurs may start with the same resources, in the same market, with the same product. One prospers, the other stagnates. The difference is not in the initial capital, it is in identity. It is in who each person believes they are at the deepest level. It is in the silent commands each one gives to their subconscious every day, consciously or unconsciously. From today onward, you will give these commands consciously, intentionally, and powerfully. Because you are not just a self-employed worker who opened a business. You are not just someone trying to make ends meet selling a product or service. You are an entrepreneur, a creator, an innovator, a builder of solutions, a generator of value, a leader. And it is precisely this identity that we are going to embed now in the deepest layers of your subconscious, where real and permanent change happens. Repeat each affirmation slowly, pausing to feel the weight and power of each word sinking deeply. I am a successful entrepreneur. I am not trying to be. I am not waiting to become. I am. Now, with the business I have today, with the resources I have today, with the knowledge I have today, I am a successful entrepreneur, continuously growing and expanding.
I am a creator. I do not merely execute what others have imagined, I create. I envision possibilities that do not yet exist and bring them into reality through my vision, my energy, and my action. Creativity is one of my greatest assets, and I use it every day, in every decision, every product, every solution I offer to the market. I am an innovator. I am not satisfied with what worked yesterday if there is a better way to do it today. I stay alert to market changes, new technologies, and new customer behaviors. And before most people even notice, I am already adapting, evolving, and creating a competitive advantage through constant innovation. I am efficient. I do more with less. I identify what truly matters and direct my energy toward it. I do not get lost in activities that do not generate results. I have clarity about my business priorities and execute with focus, speed, and excellence.
Remain in this state of deep receptivity. The affirmations you just received are already being processed by your subconscious. They are installing themselves. They are becoming part of who you are. And now we will go even deeper, embedding additional layers of this powerful, above-average entrepreneurial identity. Entrepreneurial awareness. There is a fundamental difference between the mind of someone who works in a business and the mind of someone who leads a business. Those who work focus on tasks. Leaders focus on systems. Those who work focus on today. Leaders focus on tomorrow, 6 months from now, 5 years from now. Those who work solve problems. Leaders create processes so problems do not repeat. You have the mind of a leader. You have the awareness of an above-average entrepreneur. And this awareness expands every day, through every book read, every course completed, every decision made, every mistake absorbed and transformed into learning. I have the awareness of an above-average entrepreneur. I see my business as a living system with inputs, processes, outputs, and cycles of continuous improvement. I have systemic vision. I see the whole without losing important details. I know where I am. I know where I want to go. And I know the steps to get from one point to another with maximum efficiency. I have the emotional control to manage my business with increasing excellence. Challenges do not unbalance me. Crises do not paralyze me. Results below expectations do not demotivate me. On the contrary, they inform me. They teach me. They strengthen me. I process each situation with calm, clarity, and the wisdom of someone who knows that every obstacle carries a hidden opportunity. I make difficult decisions quickly and learn from the results. I do not procrastinate in the face of discomfort. I gather available information, use my intuition honed by experience and wisdom, and decide with courage, responsibility, and the awareness that an imperfect decision executed is worth more than a perfect decision that never leaves the page.
Personal magnetism. There is an invisible force that great leaders and entrepreneurs carry, an energy that people sense before they even understand rationally what they are feeling. This force is not magic. It is the result of someone fully aligned with what they do, what they sell, and the impact they want to create in the world. It is the result of someone who deeply believes in their product, their service, and the value they deliver. This force is personal magnetism, and yours is expanding constantly. Repeat now with deep conviction. My personal magnetism continuously expands, attracting new clients, new markets, new opportunities, and new partnerships for my business. People perceive the value of what I offer. People trust me. People enthusiastically recommend my business because I deliver more than I promise and serve with more dedication than expected. I am the most valuable asset of my business, not my brand, not my product, not my capital, me, my mind, my vision, my ability to create, innovate, lead, and persist when others give up. That is why I continuously invest in myself. That is why I care for my mental, emotional, and physical health. That is why I study, learn, and update myself every day. Because by strengthening myself, I strengthen everything I build. And now, the truth that seals everything, anchors everything, transforms everything. Personality creates reality. And I now consciously, intentionally, and permanently assume the personality of success. The personality of a prosperous, creative, innovative, efficient, magnetic, above-average entrepreneur. This is my identity. This is my starting point for every day, every decision, and every action I take from now on. My subconscious receives this identity now. It installs it. It strengthens it. And from this moment forward, every thought, every word, and every action I express in the world will be filtered through this powerful identity. I am the successful entrepreneur my business needs, and I become more of this entrepreneur with each passing day.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your mind is calm, open, and receptive. And now, allow a story to begin forming in your mind. A real story. A story that has happened and continues to happen around the world in different versions with different people in different markets. A story that your subconscious will recognize as true because it carries the real principles of genuine growth. Let the images form naturally as you listen. There was a man named Charles, a simple, hard-working, honest man. He owned a physical store in the center of a mid-sized city, a store that sold stationery, office supplies, and small gifts. For years, that store supported his family. People came in, bought items, and left. Business was steady, not wealthy, but enough to pay the bills and still leave a little extra. But over time, things began to change. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, foot traffic started to decline. Customers who had previously come every week began coming every 2 weeks, then once a month. Then some stopped coming altogether. Charles watched this happen and felt a tightness in his chest that he couldn't quite name. Was it fear? Confusion? Or simply the feeling that something around him was changing and he didn't yet understand what?
He tried the obvious first. He changed the window display, ran promotions, lowered prices, put up colorful signs outside the store. Nothing worked the way he expected. Business kept falling, and Charles, sitting behind the counter on increasingly empty afternoons, began noticing something he hadn't really paid attention to before. The people who used to enter his store now had their eyes on their phones. They photographed products with their phones. They showed images to the staff, saying, "I want something like this." They arrived already knowing exactly what they wanted to buy, and at the price they had researched before leaving home. Researched where? On the internet. Charles began to observe this with a different kind of curiosity, not with resistance, not with the judgment of someone who believes the world is wrong for changing, but with the genuine curiosity of someone wanting to understand where the river is flowing. Because swimming against the current is exhausting, but swimming with it can take you much farther than you could ever reach alone.
He began researching. In the early hours of the morning, after his family had gone to sleep, with a cup of cold coffee beside the computer, Charles studied. He read about e-commerce, about how to create an online store, about how to photograph products in an appealing way, about how to use social media to reach people who would never walk down the street where his physical store was located, about how the reach of the internet wasn't limited by a street, a city, or a state. It was limited only by the quality of what you offered and the way you communicated. And then, on a particular night, while reading about someone who had turned a small local business into an operation that sold nationwide through the internet, Charles felt something ignite within him. It wasn't euphoria. It was something more solid than that. It was clarity. It was the sharp vision of a path he had not yet walked, but knew with a certainty that came from a place deeper than reason was the right path. He didn't close the physical store all at once. He was smart. He started slowly, testing, learning, adjusting. He created a social media profile and began photographing his products with care and creativity. He wrote descriptions that told stories. He responded to every comment and message with the same attention and care he gave each customer who walked through the door of the physical store.
The first results were modest. A few likes, some followers, one order here, another there. Charles didn't get discouraged because he had learned something fundamental during those early morning study sessions. Digital growth is not an explosion. It is a seed that germinates in the dark, silently, before breaking the surface and revealing its strength to the world. And he trusted the process because he had studied enough to understand how it worked. Over time, orders began to increase, first from his own city, then from neighboring towns, then from states Charles had never visited. People who had never walked down the street where his store was, who would never have known of its existence if he relied solely on the physical space, were now buying from him regularly, recommending him to friends, leaving reviews that attracted new customers. Charles realized he had crossed an invisible border. His store was no longer a fixed point on the map of a city. It was a business that existed anywhere there was a screen and an internet connection. And those screens existed in billions of hands around the world.
But what transformed Charles the most was not the growth in sales. It was what happened inside him during the process. He discovered that he had a capacity for innovation that had never been fully exercised within the limits of the physical store. He began creating themed kits that didn't exist in the market. He developed packaging that people photographed and shared on social media purely for its beauty. He created a loyalty program that made customers feel part of something bigger than a simple commercial relationship. Every problem that arose, instead of paralyzing him, became a question. How can I solve this in a way that no one has solved before? And from that question came solutions. From solutions came differentiators, and from differentiators came growth. A growth that had no ceiling, because the limit of the internet is not geographic, it's only creative. And now, as Charles's story settles into the deep layers of your subconscious, notice what it is engraving in you. Notice the principles he used, the same principles that will guide the growth of your business, starting today. He observed before acting. He paid attention to the signals the market was sending before resisting them. He studied before executing. He didn't act on impulse, but on knowledge built with dedication and consistency. He tested before scaling. He started small, learned from every result, and grew based on real evidence. And he continuously innovated. He didn't settle for the first positive result. He kept creating, improving, and seeking ways to deliver more value and reach more people. Repeat now, letting each word sink deeply. I see opportunities where others see obstacles. My market vision is always active, always attentive, always receptive to the signals the world around me is sending about where things are going and where the next big opportunities for my business lie. I innovate continuously. I don't settle for what worked yesterday if there is a better way to do it today. I am always seeking, always testing, always creating new ways to generate value, reach clients, and differentiate my business in a market that is constantly transforming.
The reach of my business is unlimited. I am not confined to a street, a city, or a region. I use every available tool to bring my product and service to everyone who needs what I offer, no matter where they are. My business exists wherever there is a screen and a connection. And that means my business can exist anywhere in the world. I have eyes to see when a subject is being discussed in a different way or with different words. I notice trends before they become obvious. I move before the market forces the movement. I am an innovator.
I am a visionary, and my business reflects this vision every day, growing, expanding, and impacting more and more people with the real value I deliver to the world.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your mind is clear, calm, and receptive. And now we arrive at one of the most strategic parts of this entire reprogramming journey, a part that will install in your subconscious the mental tools that great entrepreneurs use every day, often without realizing it, because these tools have already become part of who they are, part of their identity, part of their natural way of thinking, planning, and acting in the world. We are talking about vision, about planning, and about decision. Three simple words that, when truly installed in an entrepreneur's subconscious, completely transform the trajectory of their business. Because it is not possible to build something great without seeing beyond the present. It is not possible to grow sustainably without a plan to guide each step. And it is not possible to move forward with the courage and clarity to decide, even when information is incomplete and the path is not fully illuminated.
Systemic vision. An entrepreneur with systemic vision does not see only the part of the business that is in front of them at that moment. They see the whole. They see how each part connects with the others, how a decision in the financial sector affects operations, how a change in the product affects customer perception, how team behavior affects sales results, how sales results affect investment capacity, how everything is connected in a living, interdependent system that is constantly in motion. This vision is not innate. It is developed. It is trained. It is the result of an entrepreneur who pauses, observes, analyzes, and connects the dots before acting, who does not make decisions looking only at the immediate problem, but considers the effects that decision will generate throughout the entire chain of their business, who thinks in systems, not just tasks, in processes, not just results, in structure, not just movement.
I have systemic vision of my business. I see the whole without losing the details that matter. I understand how each part of my business connects and influences one another. My decisions are made with this broad perspective, considering not only the immediate effect, but the short, medium, and long-term consequences. I think in systems. I build processes. I create structures that operate with increasing efficiency, even when I am not present in every detail of every operation. I see my business as a living organism. It breathes, it grows, it adapts. It has specific needs at each stage of its development, and I am attuned to those needs. I perceive when something is out of balance before it becomes a crisis. I identify bottlenecks before they become obstacles. I see opportunities before they become obvious to everyone, because I have the eyes of someone who sees beyond what is visible on the surface.
Planning. There is a phrase that great builders of wealth have repeated in different forms throughout history, a truth that has survived centuries of change, technological revolutions, and market transformations, because it is simply true in any era, any context, and any sector. Well-made plans lead to abundance. Lazy hands lead to poverty. Planning is not bureaucracy. It is not a waste of time. It is not a theoretical exercise that happens in long meetings and ends up in drawers.
True planning is the map that allows you to move with speed and confidence toward your destination, without wasting energy on paths that lead nowhere. It is the difference between working hard and working right, between being busy and being productive, between growing by chance and growing by design. I plan with wisdom and execute with discipline. I know where my business is today, where I want it to be tomorrow, and what concrete steps take me from one point to the other. My planning is not rigid or inflexible. It is alive, adaptable, and constantly revised in light of the results I achieve along the way. I plan, execute, measure, learn, and adjust. This cycle is the foundation of sustainable growth in my business. I carefully analyze what I will do financially before I act. I do not make financial decisions based on impulse, pressure, or anxiety. I gather the necessary information, evaluate possible scenarios, consider risks and benefits, and then decide with clarity and responsibility. My business is built on solid foundations of intelligent financial planning and conscious management of available resources.
Continue in this state of clarity and deep receptivity. The affirmations of vision and planning are already being installed in your subconscious. And now we will add the third dimension of this powerful triad, the dimension that transforms vision and planning into real results in the world. Decision. Decision. The entrepreneur who does not decide does not move forward. The entrepreneur who takes too long to decide loses opportunities that do not return. The entrepreneur who decides with fear decides poorly. And the entrepreneur who decides with clarity, courage, and the awareness that every decision is a learning experience, that entrepreneur builds momentum, builds speed, builds the kind of business that grows consistently because it is always in motion, always adjusting, always advancing. You are a powerful decision maker, not because you never make mistakes, but because you decide, act, observe the result, learn, and decide again, better each time, faster each time, more precise each time. Because that is how business excellence is built. Not by those who avoid mistakes, but by those who act despite the possibility of error and transform every result, positive or negative, into fuel for the next level.
I make difficult decisions quickly and learn from the results. I do not procrastinate in the face of the discomfort of choice. I do not remain paralyzed waiting for absolute certainty, which never exists in business. I gather the available information, use my intuition, refined by knowledge and experience, and I decide. With responsibility, with courage, and with the full awareness that a decision executed imperfectly is infinitely more valuable than the perfect decision that remains only in my mind. My operational problems are opportunities to create processes and delegate. When something fails in my business, I do not panic. I enter analysis mode. I ask, why did this happen? What is this result teaching me? How can I create a process that prevents this from happening again? Who on my team can be developed to handle this area more efficiently than I can? Every problem is a school, and I am a student committed to continuous learning.
Diversification. One of the most solid principles of lasting prosperity, both personal and business, is diversification. Not putting all your eggs in one basket. Not depending on a single client, a single product, a single sales channel, or a single source of revenue. Because when one source dries up, temporarily or permanently, the diversified entrepreneur does not collapse. They redirect. They rely on other sources while they rebuild or replace what failed. The great businesses of the world are ecosystems, not assembly lines. They have multiple products, multiple markets, multiple channels, multiple revenue streams operating simultaneously. This complexity did not arise by chance. It was built intentionally and progressively by entrepreneurs who understood that the resilience of a business is directly proportional to the diversity of its sources.
Repeat with long-term vision and strategic intention. I do not depend on a single source. I continuously diversify and expand. I build multiple sources of revenue for my business, multiple customer acquisition channels, multiple products and services that meet different needs in my market. This diversification does not distract me from focus. It makes me resilient, anti-fragilizing my business against the inevitable variations and turbulence of the market. Money works for the growth of my ecosystem. Every real that enters my business is managed with intelligence and intention. One part is reinvested in growth. One part is reserved for financial stability. One part fairly compensates the work. And one part is directed toward innovation, testing new ideas, developing new products, and entering new markets. And now, the truth that seals everything, that anchors everything in this part of your journey. Well-made plans lead to abundance. I plan, I execute, I prosper. This is not just an affirmation, it is the description of my business reality from today onward. I am an entrepreneur who thinks before acting, who acts with discipline after thinking, and who learns from every result to plan the next step with greater wisdom, greater precision, and greater confidence. My business grows because I grow. My business prospers because I prosper. And I prosper because I plan, because I decide, and because I never stop evolving.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your breathing is calm and rhythmic. Your body is completely loose. Your mind is open like the sky after the rain, clean, clear, and receptive to everything that is about to come. And now, allow a new story to begin to gently form in your mind. A different story from Ricardo's. A story that will touch a different part of your entrepreneurial consciousness. The part that creates, the part that intuits, the part that knows before having all the answers that an idea is good and that the moment to act is now. Let the images come naturally as you listen. There was a woman named Anna, a woman who was ordinary in many ways. She didn't have a degree in business administration. She didn't have investment capital saved. She didn't have powerful connections in the business world. What she had was a simple life, a family she loved, a restless mind that couldn't stop observing the world around her, and a persistent feeling that there was something she could create, something she could offer, something that was waiting to be born from within her. For a time, this feeling was just a background restlessness, a quiet voice she heard during the silent moments of the day, but which was quickly drowned out by the noise of routine. Children to take to school, bills to pay, groceries to buy. A life that doesn't pause while you try to find your purpose. But there was a practice Anna had developed almost without realizing it. At certain moments of the day, Especially early in the morning, before the house woke up, she would sit at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee and simply remain still. She didn't meditate formally. She didn't follow any specific technique. She just stayed quiet. No phone, no television, no to-do list in her head. Just her, the coffee, and the silence of the morning. And it was in one of those moments of silence that the idea came. It wasn't a lightning bolt. It wasn't a dramatic vision. It was more like a gentle memory of something she already knew, but had not yet organized into words. She was thinking, without pressure and without anxiety, about what the people around her needed, about what was missing in the neighborhood where she lived, about what she herself wished she could find when she left the house in a hurry and hungry.
And then, clear and simple, just like the idea itself, the answer came. A hot dog stand. But not just any stand. A stand with personality, with care, with that kind of attention to detail that turns something simple into a memorable experience. Anna did not dismiss the idea for being simple. She didn't tell herself it was too small, too ordinary, not glamorous enough to be taken seriously. She did something very few people do. She grabbed a notebook and wrote everything down. Everything. The name she had imagined, the ingredient combinations she had thought of, the way she wanted the stand to be set up, the energy she wanted to transmit to each customer who stopped in front of her. She wrote it down because she instinctively knew that ideas are like birds. If you don't capture them the moment they arrive, they take flight and land in the mind of someone else who is paying closer attention.
With a notebook full of notes and a heart full of certainty, Anna began to act. Without waiting for the perfect moment, without waiting to have more money, more time, more preparation. With what she had, where she was, as she could. She researched suppliers, calculated costs, chose a high-traffic location near a school and a bus stop, and on a Tuesday morning, with a simple but impeccably clean and organized stand, Anna opened her business. The first days were modest. A few curious customers, some who stopped, tried it, and moved on without saying much. But Anna did not measure success by the first days. She measured it by the quality of what she delivered and the care with which she treated every person who stopped in front of her stand. She treated each customer as if they were the only one. She remembered names, remembered regular orders, asked about their families. She smiled genuinely, with that kind of smile that isn't trained, that isn't a sales technique, but that comes naturally from someone who genuinely enjoys what they do and genuinely cares about the people they serve.
And people noticed, because people always notice. Not because of the product, not because of the price, but because of the energy, the presence, the feeling that that stand was not just a place to buy food, it was a place where someone truly cared. Referrals began to appear. One customer brought a friend, the friend brought a coworker, the coworkers started stopping by every day on the way to work. The lines began to grow, first small, then bigger. Then Anna realized she was serving more people than she could handle alone while maintaining the quality she had promised herself. And that's when she did something many entrepreneurs struggle to do. She paused, breathed, quieted her mind again, just as she had done that morning when the original idea had come. And she asked in silence, "How do I grow without losing what made me grow?" The answer came, as it always did when she stopped forcing and started listening. She needed help. She needed a process.
She needed to turn what was in her head into something someone else could learn, replicate, and execute with the same level of care. Anna hired an assistant. She trained her with patience and joy, transmitting not only the techniques, but the philosophy, the care with ingredients, the respect for the customer, the joy in the work that she had never had to fake because she never needed to fake it. It was real. It was genuine. It was the engine behind everything. With help, Anna was able to innovate. She created new combinations that people couldn't find at any other stand. She began recording the most popular orders and creating promotions based on her customers' habits. She organized a management notebook where she tracked daily revenue, costs, and profit. She learned, through practice and genuine curiosity, how to manage the money her business generated with increasing intelligence and efficiency. The business grew, not all at once, not dramatically, but steadily, solidly, and sustainably, like everything that is built with purpose, joy, and genuine attention to the people it serves. And when someone asked Anna what the secret was, she always answered the same way, with the smile that had become her business's signature. I quieted my mind. I wrote down what came. I put it into practice without waiting for the perfect moment. I worked with joy, and I never placed a limit on how much it could grow.
And now, as Anna's story settles into the deepest layers of your subconscious, notice what it is imprinting in you. The principles she used are universal. They work for a hot dog stand. They work for a multinational company. They work for any business built with genuine intention, real care, and authentic joy. Repeat now, letting each word sink deeply. It is enough to quiet the mind, and the idea will come. I do not force creativity. I do not pressure it. I do not chase it with anxiety. I create the conditions for it to arrive naturally, silently, as it always does when the mind is calm and receptive. And when the idea arrives, I write it down immediately. Because ideas are gifts from the universe, and gifts deserve to be received with attention and gratitude.
I act without hesitation when the idea is clear. I do not wait for the perfect moment. I do not wait to have all the resources. I do not wait for all conditions to be ideal. I begin with what I have, where I am, as I can, and I trust that movement generates more movement, that action attracts more resources, and that the path reveals itself to those who are walking, not to those who are waiting on the sidelines. I work with genuine joy, not the performative joy of someone who smiles because they need to sell, but the real joy of someone who loves what they do, believes in the value of what they offer, and genuinely cares about the people they serve. This joy is my greatest differentiator. It is present in every product I deliver, in every interaction I have, in every decision I make about my business. I place no limits on the growth of my business. I do not say it is too small to grow big. I do not say it is too simple to become great. I do not say the market is too saturated for there to be space for me. I know the limit is not in the market, it is in the mind, and my mind has no limits for the growth, creation, and prosperity that I am building every day with joy, purpose, and love for what I do.
Remain relaxed. Remain open. And now we are going to do something that most entrepreneurs never do. Not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack the courage to look within with honesty. We are going to identify and destroy the invisible blocks that prevent your business from growing at the pace it could grow. Because there is a silent paradox that lives in the minds of many entrepreneurs.
a paradox that no one speaks about openly, but that almost everyone experiences at some point in their journey. It is the paradox of the inner saboteur, the part of the mind that says it wants to grow, but in practice creates subtle obstacles so that growth does not happen. That says it wants more customers, but avoids promoting the business with the intensity it could. That says it wants to earn more, but unconsciously places an invisible ceiling on its own results, as if earning a lot were dangerous, wrong, or undeserved.
This saboteur does not act out of malice. It acts out of fear. Fear of others' judgment if the business grows too much. Fear of not being able to handle it if demand increases. Fear that promoting the business will attract too much attention and that this attention will bring problems. Fear that earning a lot of money will change something fundamental in your identity or your relationships. Fears that are rarely spoken out loud, but that operate silently, sabotaging decisions, slowing initiatives, and keeping the business within a comfortable limit far below its true potential. Do you recognize any of these patterns? If so, do not judge yourself. Recognizing them is already the first and most important step to dissolving them. And that is exactly what we are going to do now.
We will now install the same powerful anchor you already know, the word that interrupts any limiting pattern the moment it tries to arise. Whenever the fear of promoting appears, you say, cancel. Whenever the inner voice says that you do not deserve to earn more, you say, cancel. Whenever sabotage tries to slow a growth initiative, you say, cancel. And in that instant, the pattern dissolves, the block disappears, and you immediately return to your natural state of expansion, growth, and prosperity, which is your true state as an entrepreneur. Repeat now with strength and conviction. I promote my business with joy, pride, and genuine enthusiasm. I am not afraid to be seen. I am not afraid to grow. Promoting is serving. Promoting is bringing my product and my service to the people who need them and who have not yet found me. Every time I promote, I open a door to a new customer, a new opportunity, a new level of growth. I promote with joy because I deeply believe in the value of what I offer. I sell without guilt. Selling is exchanging value for value. It is offering a real solution to a real problem and being fairly rewarded for it. I charge a fair price for my impact. I do not diminish myself. I do not undervalue myself. I do not accept less than my work is worth out of fear of losing the customer. The right customer recognizes the value of what I deliver and pays with gratitude, and I receive with gratitude as well. I grow without limits. There is no ceiling for my revenue. There is no maximum number of customers I can serve. There is no maximum size for my business. The only limits that exist are those I place in my own mind, and I remove them now, completely and with joy. My business is scalable. My business is expandable. My business grows because I grow, and I grow without stopping.
And the truth that anchors everything in this part of the journey is simple, powerful, and transformative. The first factor of success is working with joy, not with obligation, not with anxiety, not with the weight of someone carrying a burden, but with the lightness and enthusiasm of someone who chose what they do,
believes in what they do, and knows that what they do matters. This joy is contagious. It spreads to employees. It spreads to customers. It spreads to the product. It spreads to every detail of the business, and it transforms an ordinary business into one that people want to visit, recommend, and be part of. My subconscious now records the complete liberation from all the blocks that were slowing the growth of my business. I am free, free to grow, free to sell, free to promote, free to prosper, without guilt, without fear, and without limits. Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your mind is clear, calm, and receptive. And now we are going to install something that every entrepreneur desires, but few truly cultivate intentionally and consciously. We are going to install the mindset of attraction. The mindset of someone who does not chase customers with desperation, but attracts them naturally, continuously, and abundantly, because they operate at the right frequency, deliver the right value, and communicate in the right way. There is a fundamental difference between the entrepreneur who chases the market and the entrepreneur whom the market seeks out. This difference is not in the product. It is not in the price. It is not in the size of the advertising investment. It is in the mindset. It is in how the entrepreneur positions themselves internally before positioning themselves externally. It is in the deep and unshakable certainty that what they offer has real value, solves real problems, and deserves to be found by the right people. You are that entrepreneur, and we are now imprinting this into the deepest layers of your subconscious.
I have abundant clients. People find my business, like what they see, trust what I offer, and buy with satisfaction. My customer base grows continuously, organically, and sustainably because I consistently deliver more than I promise and treat each client with the respect and attention they deserve. Satisfied customers return, and when they return, they bring others. This cycle of attraction and retention is the engine of my business's continuous growth. People like my products and services. They talk about them. They recommend them. They come back. Because what I offer is not just a product or a service. It is a solution. It is an experience. It is the feeling that they were well attended, well served, and that the money they invested generated a real and tangible return in their lives. I create this result consciously, with care and excellence in every detail of my delivery. Continue in this state of clarity and openness. And now we will deepen the attraction mindset even further by installing personal magnetism as an active and growing force in your business life. Magnetism. There is an energy that great leaders and entrepreneurs carry that goes beyond technical competence, beyond market knowledge, beyond strategies and tools. It is a presence, a force of attraction that people feel before they rationally understand what they are feeling. It makes customers prefer you even when there are cheaper options. It makes partners want to work with you even when there are more convenient alternatives. It makes opportunities appear in your direction as if the universe knows exactly where you are and what you need for the next level of your growth. This magnetism is not a gift you are either born with or not.
It is the natural result of someone who is completely aligned with what they do, who deeply believes in the value they deliver, and who communicates with authenticity, clarity, and the energy of someone who knows they have something genuinely good to offer the world. This magnetism is not a gift you are either born with or not. It is the natural result of someone who is completely aligned with what they do, who deeply believes in the value they deliver, and who communicates with authenticity, clarity, and the energy of someone who knows they have something genuinely good to offer the world. Repeat now with deep conviction. My personal magnetism expands continuously. It attracts new clients, new markets, new opportunities, and new partnerships to my business every day. People perceive my energy. They perceive my authenticity. They perceive that what I offer is real, consistent, and delivered with genuine care. And this perception naturally draws them toward my business, without me having to chase or persuade with desperation. The channels of promotion are all ready and available. I use them with creativity, joy, and consistency, not with anxiety, not with pressure, not with the desperate urgency of someone who needs to sell to pay this month's bills, but with the calm confidence of someone who knows they are planting seeds that will grow at the right time, in the right way, for the right people.
I sell real value and charge a fair price for my impact. I do not undervalue myself to please others. I do not lower my price out of fear of losing the customer. The customer who only stays while I diminish myself is not the customer who will build the business I want to build. The right customer recognizes the value of what I offer and pays with satisfaction. I position myself to attract this customer, and it is exactly this customer who comes to me continuously. And the truth that seals everything in this part of the journey is powerful in its simplicity. Work, study, and let go. Make the business move and trust the results. I do my part with excellence and joy. I study to continuously improve. I execute with discipline and focus. And then I let go. I detach from the immediate outcome, not out of disinterest, but out of trust. Trust that the right effort, directed intelligently and executed consistently, generates the right results at the right time. I work, I study, I let go, and the results appear always in due time and in exact proportion to what I have planted. My subconscious now records this attraction mindset as its permanent operating state. Abundant clients, consistent sales, growing magnetism, joyful promotion, real value delivered, results entrusted to the process. This is my standard. This is my business. This is my success.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your mind is calm, open, and receptive. And now, one final story. A story different from the previous two. It is not the story of someone who innovated brilliantly from the beginning. It is not the story of someone who had a bright idea and executed it with joy from day one. It is the story of Marcos, and perhaps it is the most important of the three, because it is the most honest about what truly prevents most entrepreneurs from reaching where they could reach. Marcos had a small natural product store, a business he had built with genuine effort, with real knowledge of the products he sold, and with customer service that people clearly valued. Those who came to him left satisfied. They returned. They recommended him to friends. The potential was visible to anyone looking at that business with clear eyes. But Marcos could not see with clear eyes, because his vision was clouded by something he could not even name. A strange feeling that appeared whenever the business began to grow beyond a certain point. A restlessness that emerged when orders increased more than usual. An inner voice that whispered, in different ways but with the same message, "Be careful. Don't grow too much. Don't show yourself too much. Don't earn too much." When a customer asked to recommend the store to a larger group, Marcos hesitated. When he had the opportunity to promote more consistently on social media, he posted once and stopped. When the month's numbers began to exceed expectations, he unconsciously slowed down, as if there were an invisible ceiling that he himself had decided, without realizing it, he should not cross. On the outside, Marcos said he wanted to grow. On the inside, fear was in control. Fear that growth would bring too much complexity. Fear that earning a lot of money would change who he was. Fear that promoting would attract attention, and that attention would bring problems. Fear that success would be temporary, and that the fall afterward would be more painful than never having risen at all.
And so Marcos stayed there for months, for nearly 2 years, on a comfortable but suffocating plateau, enough to pay the bills, not enough to fulfill the potential the business clearly had, stable on the surface, stagnant underneath. Until the day a friend lent him a book about complex systems and chaos theory. Marcos began reading without much expectation, but in a certain chapter, one sentence stopped him. He read it once, read it twice, read it a third time, this time out loud, as if he needed to hear the words in the air to believe what he was reading. The sentence said, "In complex systems, stability is an illusion. Every system is always in motion, always in transformation. It is either growing or declining. What appears stable is only a moment of transition between one direction and another. There is no fixed point, only the direction of movement."
Marcos closed the book, sat in silence for a long moment, and then he understood, with a clarity he had never felt before, what he had been doing to his business. He had confused stability with safety. He had treated the plateau as a safe harbor, when in reality it was just the beginning of a decline he had not yet noticed. Because if the business was not actively growing, it was not standing still. It was slowly declining, losing relevance, losing energy, losing the momentum that only exists when there is intentional movement toward growth. That realization changed something fundamental inside Marcos. Not all at once, not overnight, but like a seed that had finally found water, it began to germinate silently, transforming the way he saw his business, his choices, and his role as an entrepreneur. He began to study with an intensity and consistency he had never had before, not because someone told him to, not because there was an external obligation, but because he had awakened to a truth he could no longer ignore, that knowledge was the only truly sustainable competitive advantage. Markets change, products change, customers change, but the entrepreneur who keeps learning always finds a way to adapt, to innovate, and to grow. He read about financial education and understood for the first time how money really works, how it grows when well managed, and how it disappears when poorly handled. He read about marketing
and understood that promotion was not exposing himself to judgment, it was serving. It was bringing what he had to offer to the people who needed it and didn't yet know he existed. He read about leadership and understood that a business does not grow beyond the size of the mind of the entrepreneur who leads it.
And then, Marcos did something he had avoided for 2 years. He began to promote, with joy, with genuine pride in what he had built, with the energy of someone who had finally given himself permission to be seen, to grow, and to prosper, without guilt and without limits. The results were not immediate, but they were consistent. Week after week, month after month, the business responded to Marcos's new internal state, as if the business were a mirror of its owner's mind, as if it had been waiting for Marcos to give it permission to grow so that it could finally grow for real. And that is exactly what happened. Now, as Marcos's story settles into the deepest layers of your subconscious, notice what it is imprinting in you. The formula he discovered. The formula that works for any business, in any market, at any time. Work, study, let go. Move the business forward and trust that results appear at the right time for those who plant the right seeds with the right hands and an open heart.
I study investments, business, money, and financial education every day, not because I have to, but because I am an entrepreneur who understands that knowledge is my most powerful and enduring competitive advantage. I invest time in my intellectual and business development with the same seriousness with which I invest money in my business, because the return on knowledge surpasses any other investment I can make. Knowledge is power, and only deep knowledge is power. I am not satisfied with the superficial. I dive deep into the subjects that matter for the growth of my business. Every subject studied deeply leads to truth, and I study deeply with genuine curiosity, consistent discipline, and the humility of someone who knows there is always more to learn.
I am never stable. I only evolve, because I know that a business either grows or declines and never stands still. That is why I maintain intentional movement toward growth every day. With each decision, each lesson, each action I take toward the business I am building. I receive the best information from books, courses, experiences, thoughts, and knowledge for my business. My mind is always open and receptive to ideas that will elevate my business to the next level. I have the eyes to recognize when a subject is being expressed in a different way or with a different vocabulary. I connect dots that others do not connect. I see opportunities where others see only information. Work, study, and let go. Move the business forward and release the results. This is my formula. This is my daily practice. I do my part with excellence, with joy, and with total commitment. And then I trust. I trust the process. I trust timing. I trust that every seed planted with intention and care will germinate at the exact moment it is ready to break through the surface and reveal its strength to the world.
Remain in this state of deep relaxation. Your breathing is calm. Your mind is tranquil and receptive. And now we arrive at a part of the journey that touches something far beyond strategies, numbers, and metrics. Something that is the most solid foundation and the most powerful fuel of any truly prosperous business. We are talking about leadership, about team, and about joy. Because a business is not a machine. It is a living organism made of people. And people are not driven by spreadsheets. They are not inspired by targets on a whiteboard. They do not give their best because of contractual obligation. People are moved by energy. They are inspired by example. They give their best when they feel they are part of something that matters, led by someone who genuinely believes in what they are building, and who treats each team member with respect, with trust, and with the conviction that together they go farther than any one of them could alone. You are that leader, and we are now imprinting this identity into the deepest layers of your subconscious. I have emotional control to manage my business with increasing excellence. Challenges do not destabilize me. Pressure does not paralyze me. Moments of crisis do not take away the clarity I need to make the best decisions. On the contrary, it is precisely in moments of greatest pressure that my leadership reveals itself as stronger, calmer, and more effective. I process each situation with balance, wisdom, and the awareness that my emotional stability is the foundation upon which my entire team relies in difficult moments. I have great employees. They enjoy working with me. They feel valued, respected, and part of something bigger than a simple employment relationship. I inspire by example. I lead from the front, not by distant command. I recognize effort, celebrate achievements, and offer support in times of difficulty. Together we grow. Together we build. Together we reach places that none of us would reach individually. My team is one of my greatest assets, and I treat it as such, with investment, with trust, and with genuine gratitude for each person's work. Continue in this state of clarity and openness. And now we will touch the element that transforms an ordinary business into an extraordinary one. The element that no strategy can replace and that no competitor can truly copy. Genuine joy in work. Joy is not a luxury. It is not a bonus you allow yourself when things are going well. It is a choice, a daily, conscious, and powerful choice to relate to your work, your business, and the people you serve from an internal state of real enthusiasm, real gratitude, and real love for what you have built and continue to build. This joy is contagious. It spreads to employees who pass it to customers, who pass it to referrals, who pass it to growth. It is an invisible but absolutely real chain that connects the internal state of the entrepreneur with the external results of the business. And you carry it every day. I work with joy. Not the forced joy of someone who needs to maintain an image, but the real joy of someone who chose this path, believes in this path, and finds genuine meaning in every day walked on this path. I love my business. I love what I have built. I love what I am still building. I love the challenges that make me grow, the achievements that show me how far I have come, and the people who are part of this journey with me. I focus on purpose beyond profit. Money is important. It is necessary. It is the natural result of a business that consistently delivers real value.
But it is not the only fuel that drives me. What truly drives me is impact. It is knowing that my product, my service, my business transforms the lives of real people in concrete and meaningful ways. This purpose keeps me steady on difficult days and grateful on abundant days.
Money works for the growth of my ecosystem. Every unit of currency generated by my business is directed with intelligence and intention to fuel growth, strengthen structure, develop the team, and expand impact. Money is not the end, it is the means, and in my hands, it fulfills its purpose with efficiency, wisdom, and the greater intention of building something that lasts, that grows, and that leaves a positive mark on the world. My subconscious now installs this mindset of leadership, team, and joy as its permanent operating state. I lead with excellence. I inspire by example. I work with joy. I love what I do. And this love, this joy, and this excellence manifest in every result, in every satisfied customer, in every fulfilled employee, and in every day my business grows, prospers, and impacts more people with the good it has to offer the world.
Remain in this state of deep peace. You have come this far. You have gone through this entire journey. And now we will seal everything that has been planted, consolidating and imprinting in the deepest layers of your subconscious every truth that transformed this session. Repeat each affirmation with pause and conviction.
I am a successful entrepreneur, creative, innovative, and above average. I see opportunities where others see obstacles. I plan with wisdom and execute with discipline. When I quiet my mind, ideas come. I write them down, I act, I grow. If any scarcity thought arises, I say, cancel, and it dissolves. I have abundant clients. People like what I offer. I study every day. Knowledge is power. I never stay still. I evolve. My business either grows or declines, and I choose growth. I work with joy. I love my business. Work, study, and let go. Move the business forward and trust the results.
Now, visualize. See your business at the level you desire. Your team working with joy. Customers arriving and returning satisfied. Your bank account reflecting well-delivered work. Feel the confidence in your body, clarity in your mind, and joy in your heart. Be grateful for the creative source, for your business, for your clients, for the challenges that strengthened you, and for the achievements that proved your capability. Now, with full authority, give the final instruction. My subconscious guides my business to success and along the path of good. It works for me every day, finding opportunities, attracting clients, and guiding every decision towards sustainable and prosperous growth. If it is time to sleep, drift into deep, restorative rest. Your subconscious continues working as you rest. You wake tomorrow more prosperous, clear, and powerful than today. Each day, my business grows, prospers, and impacts more people. With joy, with purpose, with excellence, without limits.